that I cherish so much. I joined the Kakanfo club in 1980, and that was the club I joined. And I joined it out of all the clubs. By the time my father was dying in 2012, he was the chief imam of my town. So on a good day, I am not supposed to join Kakanfo club. My father did not want me to join any other club except two clubs. MSS, Muslim Student Society of Nigeria, and what's the name of this one? Man. That was what my father wanted me to join. But out of my undecisive decision and my capability that was beyond normal, because before I joined the Kakanfo club in 1980, I had been a carrier with my friends in UCA since 1977. So that by the time I was going to have my initiation, I was more carried than those who were in the Kegites club at that time. The Supreme Court right now, I am asked to speak about promoting national unity through socio-cultural organization. And I said lessons of the Kegites club. Because what are social clubs? What are social cultural clubs? Those are the things that you want to ask yourself first. And why do you need to form society? Oyibo man did not bring society to us or forming clubs. It is our way of life. The African traditional society does not live in single form. They live together. We have what is called communal living. And so there was no reason for us to stay away from one another. That was why at the beginning of our lives in Africa, we live in compounds. We live together. We don't separate ourselves. Our life was not individualistic. Our life was communal. But when the Oyibo man came, they introduced division into us. And so we started having individualistic thinking. We became very selfish of one another. And so we were not living together as expected. So social clubs and organizing ourselves together had been part and parcel of Africa. And so it was easy for us to form ourselves into groups. 2, 3 people will come together, and before you know it, they become friends, and they transform that friendship into clubs. I recall as a young boy when I was leaving secondary school in 1976. When I left secondary school in 1976, I brought a group of friends together, 5 of us. We were just friends as childhood. And the 5 of us became friends. And we formed a club we call Pentasociables. You wanted me to wear regalia? No, I'm not wearing it. I'm protesting. I'm going to talk to you about why I'm protesting. Because this is not the club that we all love to be in now. And I want to congratulate Kakanfo. May I request, humbly, I want to humbly request that we move forward. Let's move and fill this gap here. May I request that we fill all these places, please? Thank you. I want to use this opportunity to talk to us as Kegites. I want to see as my own little way of challenging every one of you here to see what we are doing to ourselves and not to our club. And I'm happy. I want to say that I reluctantly accepted to come here. Reluctant because I begin to see myself as someone who is in the midst of the ocean, and something is taking me away from what I used to believe in. So when the chief came to me with Dexter in my house and we discussed it, I reluctantly accepted. But I want to use it as an opportunity to speak my mind out to you all. The platform that we have had has been invested by people who really have other mission, different from what this club is meant to be. Our club was founded by friends, and the symbol they used was the symbol of friendship. I have never seen where enemies sit down to drink my wine. I have never seen. Only friends drink my wine together. And when they drink my wine together, they do it with love. They don't suspect one another. And so when this club was put together, it was put together by friends. Unfortunately, they never thought for one day that this club can become what it is today. And it is the relationship that we operate in Africa. Our relationship are born out of respect, out of love. We have no suspicion in our lives. We live together, we trusted one another, and we believe in one another. And so we don't have to put things on paper before we relate. Today, when I was growing up, somebody would just come to your house. You may not even know where the person comes in from, and start living there. No room for anything. If today you put somebody in your house, and you don't put something that is legally binding the two of you together, before you know the man has taken over your house. And then you can't even get the person from the house. And the person will claim your house before you do it. So, if a social club is put together in Africa, it was put together not for the laws. Laws are not made. And so when the Kegites club or the Kegites club was being put together by Professor Adeshino and his friends, not my word, they never thought about putting rules and regulations. No, they did it because they were lovers, they were friends, and they started sitting together, loving one another, moving from one institution to another. There was no law, there was nothing. All this one we have started now, which I will talk about later, where is there? You move from one school to another, they will sit down together, drink together. And so the club came together and was founded by persons who love to keep together and live together. And all of the 6 of them that started it became a success in their lives. There were about 4 of them who are professors. Among those 6, 4 were professors. And so, how do you move a country forward? You only move a country forward where there is love, where you are ready to work together. Why is Nigeria in shambles? It is because we have no law. Where we don't respect one another, then there will not be any law. Where we are selfish, there will not be any law. Where ego has taken over our reasoning, there will not be law. We can't even live together. And so development cannot come. You might be saying things that is right and saying it in the wrong way. You might be saying the right thing and doing it the wrong time. It is always better to see things in its perspective. So the Kegites club started without any real formation in terms of structure, in terms of rules, in terms of regulation. Nothing. And they were working together. They were bringing up all of this new way of reasoning. They were just doing things opposite of what the society were doing. Alright? In a way that makes it lovely. In a way that you will expect and enjoy yourself. We started singing our own national anthem, intercontinental anthem. We started singing it. And we were loving it. And we had evolution. I had told people who wanted to do that before the 80s, let me put it this way, before 1979, when Chief Rufai was the war chief, Sheikh Rufai, before 1979, it was like the way they said the heart was just there. I don't know what this Bible they say. Are you a good information? There was no structure, there was no strict structure. So if anybody comes to you and start giving you some stories that are bogus, they are just bogus stories. Because the relationship was just there, and the thing was evolving over time. The structure that we have in Kegites Club today was started by that time when Rufai became the war chief. In fact, the expansion the Kegites Club had was by Chief Rufai. And let me give you this story. That was when we started having all other institutions apart from universities and polytechnics joining the Kegites Club. You have School of Nursing, you have health techs, you have colleges of education, now joining. In the real sense of joining, full scale. Over time, things started changing. And we needed to have structure that would explain things. But I tell you what, no two institutions maintain the same structure in Kegites Club. And what do I mean by that? Apart from the position of the chief, the one headquarters had the next person to the one headquarters, to the war chief in Ife. According to the structure that I met, that was my own, was the parrot. In another area, it is not the parrot. It is the elder. Have you? Yes, sir. And the one headquarters, no, it was the parrot. The vice chancellor of the University of Lagos was my parrot. In another area, you have what is called the parrot is seen as like the PRO. Have you? Yes. That was not the way in the water headquarters. In the water headquarters, the person who is the parrot or who is the PRO is called the voice. The voice. That's the voice of the water headquarters. And the guy we use as the voice of the water headquarters cannot even speak out because his voice was bad. So you have different structures coming up. Why am I saying all this? Our club has changed from what it was supposed to be. The meaning of the Kegites Club now has changed completely. It is not about rivalry. It is not about a minimal dweller, you want to dweller. And anywhere you have such things in life, that society cannot go. Can never go. So how do we grow this society that we call the Kegites Club? Here you are now. How many Kegites are here now? And this particular program has been announced how many months ago? 3 months ago. It has been on the internet. How many of us are here today now? Do we have anything that can compel us to be doing what we are doing? Why are we quarreling with one another? What is the war about? In 2012, we had Congosis are coming at Ife. Congosis are coming. I recall telling that gathering that I graduated from the university as an undergraduate in 1984. And I finished my PhD in 1991. And since 1991, I have been teaching as a university lecturer. Now, I became the war chief in 1983. And I'm still a chief today. And I still have all the powers of a chief. I can call down the building and say, I can't command of you, I became. Where is that done? Where? Do you continue to exercise the same power forever? Where? I've never seen a permanent secretary who is a permanent secretary forever. The permanent secretary will answer the name permanent secretary, no doubt. But the authority, the executive powers in the hands of the power of that permanent secretary ceases. I want to continue to maintain my position as a chief, but without any executive power any longer. If we count the number of TVCs here today now, I can tell you we will be more than the Congosists who are here today. Why? Because we are the most relevant. The others are not relevant again. And I tell anybody who cares to listen, if I didn't go to Israel, the chances of my being a chief is very slim. I was initiated at the age of occupation at the 1980s. If I stayed at occupation, the chances of me becoming a chief in leadership is very, very small. Luckily, I went with it and I became. What makes me superior to anybody who graduates with me, who is now a fellow or a next senior fellow, and doesn't have any other thing than you need to change some of this narrative. I'll give you another example. In this club, it is only the club that we have where rules are sat on at Kegites conference. Kegites conference is meant to be the legislative arm of government in Kegites club. Rules are made through syllations. Syllations are supposed to be binding. Somebody is supposed to lead the execution of that syllation. The war chief will lead the execution of that syllation. The moment the war chief insists on ensuring that that syllation is law, he starts as the war chief is autocratic. And I said to you, it's easy to form an alliance against authority and destroy that authority. And my argument all the time is that as of today, those who are causing trouble in the Kegites club are not those in the schools. They are those outside the schools who are pushing and pinching and pushing people. Those innocent boys, I'm sorry to call them boys, but that's what they are to be. Those innocent boys would have managed their lives perfectly well if persons with other ulterior motives are not whispering of their ears. I was surprised when I went to the last Kegites conference and I learned that some people are monitoring everything we are doing there online and giving directives to their own ADs on what to do and how to do it. How do you resolve? How do you settle in such situation? How can any young boy, when I was AD war chief, nobody was whispering to me because the rules are there for me to follow. I already know what is right and what is wrong. And I was doing that. And I needed my ex-wife. Indeed, the first person to declare International Year of AD was my ex-wife. Because he had issues with his own ex-wife. And who? The same set of people who are saying, allow these children, allow these ADs to rule successfully, leave them, are the same people today saying they don't have the experience. We didn't have experience. I agree. They are younger than us. I agree. Because by the time I was going to leave as watching, I had my first child. Yeah. I had my first child before I left as watching because I was mature, over before I could put my 5 credits here together, you know how many times you have to sit for it 5 times. And then you have to bring 5 credits in 5 cities to be able to go to the university. But I tell you the truth, as young as they are young among themselves. Their own socialization is the same. It's not our own socialization. My socialization was analog. Their own is not analog. Their own socialization is so computer literate. And every one of them are so genius in whatever they do. So if rules are made, we are supposed to interpret that rule correctly. But we are not doing it. I'll give you one example. In 1980, there was a ban on any school that is not going for NYSC from having an area again. That was the aftermath of the proliferation of Iliasis in 1979-80, where we have School of Nursing and everyone was out there. So a rule was made that there must not be any area in schools that doesn't go for NYSC. In 1984-85, colleges of education were banned from going for NYSC. The implication of that, ordinarily, if you read it, the implication of that, ordinarily, is that colleges of education are no longer expected to have idiocies. But I just left College of Education as the provost, and there was this issue that happened in the lab. I'm bringing it up in the lab in the college, and the advice and the archival stayed, and they told me, Father, it was the NCE that must produce the chief, because the India was given to India to talk as NCE. And I looked at them in the back and said, are you serious? Sit down, let me lecture you. All of these boys in NYNC, are they going for? Are they not going for degree? They said they are going. And I will only qualify them if they are degree students. If they are degree students, then you can become chief. Reason? Because there is a ban on anyone who doesn't go for NYC to become a chief by implication. The truth, therefore, is that our rule must be seen as rules and must be followed to the letters, so that the person who is, for instance, the person they want to make chief as NCE has just spent 1 year plus in 200 level, because at 200 level you want to become the chief. Now you will be chief when it's now in NCE 3. Abi? Now when he graduates, what does he become? XY. In the same school where he has not gone for any NYSC. And I said, no, it doesn't work that way. If we want this club, we must sit together. We must bring all those points that we have said. If we want to rubbish it, let's rubbish all of them. So that we can have a club that can do the thing we want it to do. And what do we want? What do I want the Kegites club to do? Those people who are saying the club today does not have any structure, we are not doing anything, we are not giving scholarship. All those things can be done when we have a house not divided against itself. This house that we have is divided against itself because persons are not sincere, they are not honest in what they are doing. Obasanjo challenged us, and I'm sorry to bring this on. I have stepped back since 2021 when the issue of SKCI, all of those rubbish came into the fore. And I said, I am by every chance a professor. And I do not need the Kegites club to do anything in my life. So you don't. Unless you realize that the Kegites club is a club that we can play with, you will tell yourself that I do not need a chief to start garaging in my house. No. There are so many people there. If there's a beer bar there now, by the time they just bring their drums together, they have started the level. If we want a structure that will accept or will do all of these things, we will tell ourselves some home truths today. One, the world headquarters is the problem of so many GBCs. The world headquarters. In fact, the world chief is the problem of so many GBCs. They do not see any reason why the world chief should have any special position. And to that extent, he must be brought down. living in the present because I'm still here. When I was watching, I knew, and those who know me, I don't know how many of you knew when I was watching here. Those who knew when I was watching knew what a watching means. By every strength of it, I was a watch. In courage, in charisma, in everything. And what does it mean? That is the leader, the representative of this club anywhere. And wherever he's sitting down, he is given that position. And is respected. Why is he respected? Because we all agree that we have a place where the club starts. I have a poster for all of you. Eliases collect their keg of office from Ife. Even if anybody says that I don't want to be answering Elias, there are so many places that will say they don't want, they are not Elias. Because there was no formal keg of office for many Eliases at the beginning. It was a later development. There was nothing called keg of office at the beginning of Kegites law. Nothing. But now, at this point, I knew since the 70s, there are the keg of offices for Elias. Now, the water headquarters is there. And some particular persons are challenging the water headquarters. The activities of water headquarters are not doing anything. And this thing, and they are speaking black. And I said, who has responsibility to the water headquarters? Who? Those who came from water headquarters? The answer is no. Everyone in Kegites club, every leader in Kegites club has a responsibility to do whatever. Because that was where we were all founded. A chapter or a chapter, I don't know what they call it in Lions Club. Any chapter of Lions Club anywhere in the world has responsibility to the headquarters. What has been the responsibility of any leader to the world headquarters since the leader is collected their head office? How much do you give to the world headquarters for maintaining? Nothing. The world headquarters, yes, is like Ife, but we all must see it as belonging to all of us. Particularly those of us who are out of school. We must start thinking of Ife as belonging to all of us. We must start seeing Ife as the totality of camaraderie, a representation of camaraderie. So if you destroy Ife, you are destroying camaraderie. Today, we don't want the word headquarters. We want to diminish anything called watching. We are diminishing ourselves. There is nowhere in the world where you have an organization without a leader. That was the head. If that head is messed up, we are messing ourselves up. So, what is my message? My message is just this. Let us come together and see camaraderie. When I was talking on unity diversity at a particular point in time, I was pleading with every one of you who are outside the school. Everyone on that platform, none of them are in school. These young boys are on their own. We are the one poisoning them against one another. And I ask you one question, sir. If I am not at a direction, okay, the other one is sir. This regalia, this TBC's regalia that you are wearing, tomorrow morning in your house, just wake up and put it and start walking on the street. And see whether they ask you, okay, is everything okay? Because your relevance is only when we have this gathering. Outside of this gathering, it's useless. I'm sorry to use that word. It's useless. I was at this one, the last one. The word chief, the heavy word chief. Video. The heavy word chief and my last one should be of the same age. The heavy word chief saw me. I came in. I wasn't recognized. I didn't have any problem with that because I'm an old man. So you may not recognize me. No problem. I believe for that. If you are above 60, I cannot pay enough. Ìrọ̀lẹ́ láì wà ìrọ̀lẹ́ ayé kò wá. Àwọn mẹ́fà. Alẹ́ tẹ̀lẹ́. Now, I came in. The baby watching. The baby you were sitting down. And I approached their table. They were sitting down. In fact, the man who was talking, XYZ or anything of national recorder, was continuing to talk. And I approached the table. And I sat down. None of them stopped what they were doing. No recognition. No nothing. I didn't have any problem with that because I had a mission. And because of the mission I had, and the mission I have Obasanjo ló rán mi níṣẹ́ pé ká organize club, so I'm ready to receive any shit anybody is going to give me. So I sat down. They continue their talking. They continue making their honors, and I look at them. If as a professor of a university, if I come into a class, a class, as I step into that class like this and they see me, you can't make noise. Unless you have finished with that course. Unless you have finished that course. But I came in there, not a single recognition, no problem. Now, do you know what I now learned later? One chief of the world had the air country to tell me, listen to me, had the air country to tell me, Father, my no one chief me. Only and then, but they don't want you. Only the anybody. Only the devil. I quickly corrected myself because even when we went for Obasanjo birthday, they didn't even respect, they didn't even prostrate for Obasanjo. Chief Akonso had to point their attention to it. Sir, we are socializing these boys wrongly. We are giving them wrong attributes of African tradition. Unless we have decided within ourselves to look at them in the face and tell the truth to ourselves. You can't change the history of this club. You cannot change the history of this club. You cannot change the structure of this club with one hand by fear. No. If we want to reorganize this club, which some of us have been working on, I recall the first meeting I had in our Kegites club was in 1986. I was then at UR doing my master's. And I called that meeting at the shrine of national headquarters. And we met. And we planned it. But the APs of the national and whatever that there didn't see what we saw. Unfortunately, things are no longer our teams. There's a prayer for Friday. I want to thank Kakanfo for this unique program. There is nothing wrong with an organization like this in the system. But what is wrong is if Kakanfo now want to decide to go and register, then it is wrong. In any setting of this region, it is expected that persons will come together and advance the cause of the organization they belong to. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Absolutely. And that's why I'm here. I am calling. You will not see me in ladies in Congress. I will not come. You will not see me in JK, whatever they call it. I will not come. Because you cannot have an institution within an institution. am always available. I will forever be a Kegite. Till I die, I can never stop. And you know the reason why? I will tell you the reason why. At the University of Benin, where I was teaching, at the time they wanted to ban anything that has to do with social cultural clubs. Because you know what the parties we are doing here is baby play. It's a baby play when you come to the court and you get to where the people you bow. And so the university was determined to stop everything. So they said they are not going to register the Kegites club. So they ran to me. And I went to the student affairs officer, the prof there, the dean of student affairs. And I entered. He said, "Prof, why are you here?" I said, "Don't you see, sir." He said, "Wow." I learned that said you are planning my club. He said, "Which club?" I said, "That club." He said, "Prof, don't tell me." I said, "I am a member." I am not just a member, I am a chief. I am not a chief. He said, "Don't worry, let's be the vice chancellor." And he took me to the vice chancellor. We just lost the vice chancellor some weeks ago. When we got to the vice chancellor, he said, "Prof, sir, vice chancellor, sir, I brought Professor Kazeem. He has something to tell you, sir." He said, "Kazeem, what's the matter?" I said, I learned that you want to stop my club." He said, "Your club?" I said, "Yes." "Which club?" I said, "Kegites club." "Are you a member?" I said, "Yes, I'm a member." He said, "I said, what is the answer?" I said, "I'm not just a member, sir. I am a He said, "No." I said, "Prof, Mr. Vice Chancellor, have you ever seen a cultist come out into the open to say that I am a cultist?" I said, "So, sir, because I am not a cultist, I am bold to tell you here and now that you cannot ban and you cannot stop my club." He said, "Hey, you are hiding. Go and open the club." You open the club. Now, what we have here is that as of today, Kegites, more than 60% of leaders, and I mean it, is on my record. More than 60% of leaders are no longer recognized in their institutions. Why? I am happy we are here. I'm happy we are here because this is what I've done. But I would have been more happier if this particular program is at Kakanfo. The reason is this. The day I entered College of Education in Asia as a provost, I went to the chief imam of the school. I said, "Chief Imam, I'm a Muslim, and I'm a practicing Muslim. It's not just Muslim by mouth, but sir, ọmọ ẹlẹ́mu lè mí o." He said, "Prof, ọmọ ẹlẹ́mu lè mí. Islam kò dẹ̀ ní pé by force by fire mo gbọ́dọ̀ wá mọ́ṣáláṣí o. Ẹ faramọ́ kí n máa ṣe bí ẹlẹ́mu ní ìdènà wá mọ́ṣáláṣí. Tẹ́ ẹ bá faramọ́ lójú kò lè mọ̀ sí i." Sir, by the time we had the first generation of Kawashifumi in February 2018, the number of students that joined the Kegites club multiplied by more than 10. Why? Because you have persons you cannot showcase. If you are taking this to Kakanfo, the possibility of persons wanting to join more will be there. Because go to any leader today, that leader will be lucky to have any initiation. I hope I can't be doing call it initiation again. To where? Where you can go? Is it not because we are? I'm sorry. When in 1986-87, they were about to change the name of the club behind that club. Some of us put it in. And my reason is this. Since you have changed to Kegites club, has that changed our image in the society? That's not. whether you like it or not. You can't carry it to the north. Yes, we have northern hemisphere. How many northerners are in the hemisphere? They are Yorubas. We must be bold enough to live up to what we believe in. And finally, so bring it forward. How many comrades and ABs are here? Please stand up. ABs and comrades. ABs and comrades. Good. Yeah, please sit down. Please sit down. My dear lady, you are ready. I asked that question because of you. You can see your number. Ẹ̀yin péréte lẹ́wà bí ẹ̀yin péréte. You know what they call péréte in Yoruba. So you can see those people who are here now. They are older persons. They are the persons you will need to beg. Let them and tell them to allow you to do it the way you understand it and enjoy it the way you understand it. We have had our time. I was just telling you as AB1. As AB1, I started the test of carriability. As AB1. The test of carriability was a child of circumstance. It wasn't planned. My ex-wife wanted to coronate me May 20th, 1983, and brought all the liaisons because we brought new liaisons that want to give back of office so that we can have a robust direction. And so when they came, they had issues with my age. The GBC's ex-wife, most of them were now ex-wife then. They had issues with him and held him to ransom. And said, no, you won't coronate until you settle some of these cases that are already on ground. They were at the meeting for more than 5 hours. And my coronation was going to be in Jeopardy. I had sat under the law for more than 2 hours. And so, it was apparent that my coronation was not going to hold until Chief Igbo appealed to the GBC and said, I beg you all, allow the ex-wife to coronate this man. I assure you that this man that is coming will give you more than you are even bargaining for. And so they allowed him to coronate me around 5 a.m. in the morning. We always have that direction overnight. So the Lord of God, he had Iliases. More than 5 Iliases were to be given kind of office that Iliam Sube. And you see the number of things that they brought. Because I was so the day that you go to Iliases, you go see your making. Nothing happened, no man. When the guy's law was Vegas law, the number of Iliases that they brought and the number of vacancies that were there, God Almighty, the chief cannot take them away that day. Because you must not take them. They must sleep another night for national peace and to cut the long story short, I was a greenhorn AD1. Yes. Charged with the responsibility of giving head of office in Mama. I knew next to nothing. And what did I do? I called Chibibo one. I called LSFB body of National Group. And I called my ex-wife. I said, go and give them test of variability. That was how we had test of variability. That was all. Then what is telling any other story is a lie. And it became virtually an annual event Because I here serve at university. I go to university now. And when I served, I led accredited to the headquarters for their own type of office. In fact, I led their subunits as an in-house chief. The truth of this thing is this, sir. Allow these children to have their own time. Let us, on our own, carry our trouble, settle our trouble outside of these children. Whatever trouble we have with one another, let's solve it. Whatever ego problem we have with ourselves, let's solve it. Whatever lies we want to tell to ourselves, let's solve it. Finally, even if every year register of what effect does it have on my generation, it has no effect. Only bíbẹ wọn lágbára ọba àbí iyì lásán ni. The fact that somebody is called the word king iyì lásán ni. Ibi tí gbogbo bá ìbá ọba lọ mi yẹn parí sísá. And I tell you finally that if we declare everybody who will remain in life. I went to the Children's Conference of Leicester in 1986. I told them, all these GBCs now, these AB GBCs, go and look at the agenda. The agenda they will always have is cases and allegation. Cases and allegation. All the time. They never had any other thing that is robust. Something that will be much more developed. Let's think out of the box for this club. If we can think out of the box, we have what it takes. Today, we have a governor. We are not using it. We can't get to it because of the Arake. We have all it takes. KKBK is the national APC now. Many of our members are somewhere. When Obasanjo was president of this club, of this nation, he took KK's club to Aso Rock. Some of us didn't know about it. He gave virtually an institution to KK's club. Today, we are nowhere and we are looking for job all over the place. Let us have a routine and the club will become something.
Bàbá o, bàbá o, bàbá o, Olúwa dá bàbá sí fún wa. All right, please, one popular Kegite song that is affiliated with Chief Professor Kazeem kolawole is Ara mo ma gbede o. Sir, am I correct with the lyrics? Sir, I would like.
Àgbàgbà ọkùnrin gbèrè dìde ìyá sọkọ ọmọbìnrin gbèrè dìde ìyá ṣayáríyá ìyá bínú ṣojú ìyá bèrè gbọmọpọ ìyá lówó tọmọ ní sùkúrù ìyá lójú ọmọ olùgbègbè ìbọmọ yóò mọ gbèrè o ara kéńkéńkéńké ìlú mòrùdé alápàṣà owó alápàṣà ẹsẹ̀ ọmọ nílẹ̀ níní ó ṣe mọ́mọ́ dodo ọmọ nílẹ̀ kejì ó ṣe mọ́mọ́ dodo ọmọ nílẹ̀ kẹta ó ṣe rìndìrìndì èyí mìíràn níṣẹ́ bàbá mìíràn níṣẹ́ alápàṣà owó alápàṣà ẹsẹ̀ ìràgbé ilé familáyò ilé familáyò ìgbé kọ̀ọ̀kan.
Supreme Commander. This actually a short interview session between the APTC president. We have AB India Computer here present. We have AB India Twins here present. We have AB Atiba here present. We have AB Set here present. All the way from Mina, Niger State, we have AB Computer, son to Oromila Computer Institution Shop. We have everybody. Everybody Ibadan. Everybody Ibadan. We have everybody Ibadan. We have everybody Kakanfo. Everybody. We have everybody Olusi. We have everybody Olusi. And we have.